My name is Elias. I'm from Estelon. I'm a sales and marketing director for the past nearly 3 years.
Okay.
Estelon is an Estonian-based company. Estonia is a small country in the Baltics, for those who don't know. And
It's cold.
pretty cold. Pretty cold, yeah. I came here to introduce basically the new Estelon speaker, our new speaker model, the Aura. Estelon is a fairly young company. It's founded or established in 2010. But Alfred Vasilkov, our designer, has an experience of nearly 40 years in developing and producing loudspeakers. Many companies in Estonia, even during the Soviet Union times, basically. So, yeah. Of course, the Aura follows the same design philosophy that we use for all our products, basically. And the design, as we say, comes always from the engineering. So basically, Alfred has this vision of the configuration of the components, the drivers, the crossover. For example, the woofer is always on the lower part of the speaker, which has wider base for stability, to provide stability. And then as we go higher, we have the rest of the drivers all together, let's say, on the top part of every model. In this particular occasion, 2 mid-woofers and 1 tweeter.
Yeah.
We call them mid-woofers as opposed to mid-range because of the frequency range that they reproduce. The woofer has a very low crossover point, which is at 75 Hz for this particular model. That means that it basically acts as a subwoofer. So, as you can understand, the mid-woofers carry a lot of low frequency information, hence mid-woofers. Correct. And this is why this product is basically a milestone for Estelon, because we wanted to bring the Estelon sound to more and more music and audio lovers, basically. So we developed a new material which allow us to use different components, different drivers, and so on. So now this material, it's again a proprietary composite, mineral filled composite. What differentiates it from the marble-based composite is that this time is not molded, but it's shaped through thermoforming technology, which is rather impressive, and this allows us to have basically again one solid piece of cabinet. This is an interesting question, but I cannot give you a specific time frame because what you see and what you hear from the Estelon products is the accumulation of knowledge over nearly 40 years, basically. Yeah. So Alfred, whatever he develops, whatever he works on during R&D is ideas and knowledge that he carries throughout his whole experience in the industry. Let's start again from the woofer. It has a 10-inch woofer down firing, which is hard-pressed paper from Fatal. The mid-woofers are by Satori, and the membrane is Egyptian papyrus. It's a copyright. It sounds fancy, and it is fancy. I mean, the sound is absolutely brilliant, like very fast sound, very good dynamics. And the tweeter, we're using ScanSpeak, again, as we do for our YB model, but this time we're using a textile dome. Yeah. That's how they call it, and it is softer. Nevertheless,
it sounds softer.
It does sound softer, I have to admit.
I thought it didn't, actually.
Okay, it didn't sound softer, you said. Yeah. it is a little bit different in the higher frequency. But here's the thing. When designing a new product, we start from scratch in a sense, although I did say that we use all the experience, but we treat each product individually, differently, and we test many different variants, many different components, and ultimately we use what we find that reproduces the Estelon sound.
Yeah.
These components worked for this project, for the Aura project. The Estelon sound is there, and we're proud of that. So. I would start saying that I will not tell you that we have natural and neutral sound, because I understand that's the ultimate goal for every company, understandably.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with Estelon sound. It is, we consider, and I think you might find yourself, it's the most emotionally engaged sound. That's how I find it, that's how we communicate it, and I think it's there. This is the Estelon sound.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you're asking in terms of a character,
Really hard.
yeah, but you know what? In order to have a character inserted there, you have to pretty much try to color the sound. I mean, we don't want that. We want a natural sound. We believe we have a natural sound. We believe we have a neutral sound. But what's different here is the emotional engagement, we think. Some companies, if not most, they present you with all sort of frequency range charts and graphs and stuff, and they tell you it sounds good. But that's not the case with Estelon. We actually listen a lot to many different musical genres, and we test everything, and we trust our ears, our emotions. Yeah. That's what has value for us.